Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wake Up American. This is your daily American English pronunciation show where we help you make sure you get your 5 to 10 minutes of American English pronunciation practice in because that's what it takes. It doesn't take studying for hours every single day to make radical change to your pronunciation, but it does take consistency in small doses. So that's what we are here for today to guide you in this process. There's me. Hello. My name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the four keys to a natural sound in American English, including placement, pitch, breath. Trying to weaken your consonant sounds, trying to strengthen your vowel sounds. A couple quick hellos. To get them in before I get rolling. We got Believe. Good to see you. And also Emmanuel. Good to see you as well. Hi, we're so excited. Yes. That's what we want. Yes. I'm excited to see you guys as well. And I'm excited to talk about our topic for today because this is a special one because I was talking with my group last night. So in case you don't know, we have a couple different offerings. All of them are really kind of centered around trying to get you pronunciation practice every day. We have a group on Telegram that we meet with every single day of the week. It looks kind of like it looks like this, where basically every day I send in a pronunciation challenge and then group members can reply with audio. We actually have a couple spots open right now. There's about 3 spots left. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, you want to be with us on Telegram, practice a little bit every day, please join us. Love to see you. You can go to fluentamerican.com/Telegram. We also have a group called Mission English where we're doing small group classes every day of the week at these times in New York. So either 9:30 in the morning, like on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, or at 1:30 p.m., like on Monday and Tuesday, and at 8 p.m., like on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And those are small group pronunciation classes that are 30 minutes long. So you can come to as many of those as you want if you're in our Mission English program. All those things are available on our website. So I was talking to our Mission English group yesterday because one of the things we're doing right now is at the beginning of the month, I give them a paragraph. And then towards the end of the month, they get to try to paragraph and try to sound as natural as possible. So basically every month you have a month to prepare a paragraph and try to see what pronunciation changes you make. And one of the things that came up, because I did a reading as well, and hello to Kawaira checking in again. Please say, let's go, yes. And one of the things that came up that was different between the audio file that I made for them reading the paragraph and the audio files that they made when they're reading the paragraph is pace and speed. A lot of English learners are saying all of their sentences at the same speed. So every single thing that I say is going to be said at about this pace, and I'm not really going to change it. Sometimes maybe I'll talk a little faster, but for the majority of my speech, I'm always going to be talking about this speed, which can work. It's understandable. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. But I think you guys have seen me on stream. I'm doing it right now. If you listen to my speech, I'm a native speaker. I'm not just saying word, 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 word. No, something's happening, right? What I often tell students is there's a good chance you actually speak faster than a lot of native speakers do. We have it in our heads that, and I know this was the case for me when I was learning other languages too. We have this idea that fluency is connected with speed, so I need to talk fast consistently. When in reality, no, fluency is really how are we joining words together. And speed can be a component of that, but it's not the only one. And so I think it's really important that if your goal is to sound more natural in American English, that we start really incorporating some pauses, some slowdowns into our speech. Okay. I see Emmanuel. Emmanuel was in our Mission English group, and he was saying he was just watching the replay for that. So, of course, this is indirectly tied to that. So, I just want to give like some quick examples of this. And as we go through this, I want to understand that what I'm going to be asking you to do is going to potentially be a little bit scary and uncomfortable, but that's okay because this is going to go against how you have normally done things. Kyra agrees. Exactly. Contreras is asking a question. We'll get to that once we finish our point. So I appreciate your patience. So we're afraid to pause because we're afraid because we've been taught that native speakers don't understand us. We've been taught that we have to speak super, super clearly. We've been taught that pauses are signs that we don't have confidence, that we don't know vocabulary. We've been taught that pausing is a negative in our speech. When in reality, to me, the speaker that's willing to pause for, a full second, 2 seconds, to me, that shows more confidence than anything. You are willing to actually end your speech momentarily and trust that your listener is still going to be there for you at the end of it. That's pretty powerful, right? Just assuming that's going to happen. So I don't think pausing is a sign of weakness in speech. In fact, I think it's a sign of actually pretty great strength in language ability. So I want us to really encourage using pausing. If you listen to a lot of like the great like speakers of our time, they pause. Probably one of the easiest examples that people point to is Obama. Regardless of your opinions on Obama, he is continuously recognized as a really good public speaker. And if you listen to him, he's incorporating things like pauses. Listen to graduation speeches. Listen to times when people are leading meetings. Pauses are important. When I was a teacher, one of the most, maybe some of you are teachers as well, one of the most important features of teaching is this idea that when you ask a question, you wait 10 seconds. So if I'm in a classroom with a student and I ask a question, I wait that full 10 seconds. That was about 10 seconds. That's how long you wait for when you ask a question. Are you willing to do that in your own speech? Not wait 10 seconds, but are you willing to incorporate pauses? So let's just kind of do a quick example of this. I have a sentence I want to look at. If I were smarter, I would have started our whole talk with this to see how you would have said this normally. And now we would have revisited it. So if I could go back in time, that's how I would do this. But anyways, you already know the angle I'm going at. So let's look at this. We see look, followed by a comma. We see if you want to go, followed by a comma, we see go. So I imagine here I could probably treat this as 3 thought groups. You can do more or less. It all depends on context. Commas don't necessarily mean thought group. Let's imagine, though, that that's how we're going to organize it. Let's imagine that for every thought group, we're going to pause. Let's add some context to this as well. Let's imagine my wife and I have not had this battle. We're fine. But let's imagine it's you and your partner, and your partner wants to go somewhere, um, and you don't want them to go, and you're a little bit frustrated, and it's the end of the argument, and you're kind of you're just not caring anymore. So that's our context. So if I were in that sort of situation, I would probably be using some pauses if I wanted to say this. For instance, something like this. Look, if you want to go, go. Just like that. Just like that. Again, look, if you want to go, go. Something like that. And notice also, we talk about thought groups. When you change thought group, you want to change the pitch level. We're doing more of that as well. Look, down here. If you want to go, now we're high pitch, go. Something like that. A lot of times, lower pitches are used to show Some of it make it sound more authoritative, a little angry, a little tenser. If you keep things higher, it sounds a little friendlier in general. So try that for yourself. Were you able to say that for the same length of time as I did? Let's kind of time this. I'm looking at my clock. Okay, so I'm gonna try to say this sentence over 4 seconds. I'm gonna take 4 seconds to say this sentence. There's not that many words, right? There's only 7 words here, but I'm gonna take 4 seconds to say 7 words. Let's do it. Look, if you want to go, go. 4 seconds. Time yourself. Can you match that? Now, pauses don't have to be like to show anger. They can be used to convey other emotions. Like it can be used for any emotion, really. Like maybe I really want them to go. Like maybe like I hurt myself, so I can't go anymore, but I want them to go. Okay, and they're like nervous, like, no, I don't want to leave you. It's like, no, like good. Like I know that you want to, right? So I say, look, if you want to go, go. Like, look, if you want to go, go. Like something like that. You can also use it to emphasize different words and break up your thought groups in different ways. Like maybe I'll do the first thought group ending after you. For instance, look, if you want to go, go. Something like that. Okay, so this is just another example. Anything you can pause anywhere in the right situation. I think something that people struggle with is knowing how to enter the pause and how to exit the pause. So a technique we've talked about before, common strategy that native speakers do, is first of all just have pitch differences between where you start the pause, where you end the pause. Again, like, look, if you, or like, want to go, go. Like situations like that really change your pitch. Okay. Another thing too is the use of repetitions. So a lot of times when a thought group ends, you might repeat the last word or the first word of the next thought group. So something like, look, if you want to go, see here I just repeated if, like, look, if you want to go, something like that. So that's another strategy that you're going to hear people do. Another thing too is that with breath, like don't just like always cut the breath. Sometimes the breath is going to be extended. So if I say like, look, if you want to go, do you hear that like look? You can hear the breath just kind of extends. Okay, it kind of softens everything to make it a little bit smoother for your listener. Just a note. But yeah, the big thing I just want to make clear for today is embrace pausing. I know it feels weird and uncomfortable when you first do it, but as you get more comfortable, it always makes you a better speaker than where you are now. Don't get sucked into the rush that a lot of people are proposing. I see, for instance, Emmanuel saying sometimes pausing just 2 seconds feels like an eternity. Yeah. Imagine how that 10-second rule applies like when you're a teacher. My God. I believe agreeing with these things. If you want to practice pausing, it's one thing that we're going to be working on in the Telegram group today. So feel free to join us. We have, I think it's 3 or 4 spots left in the Telegram group. I'd have to check. It's on the website, fluentamerican.com/Telegram. So you can send in your own audio and get some feedback from me. Let me know how your pausing journey goes. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. Once more, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English. Remember, if your goal is really radical change, keep studying English a little bit every day. You don't have to study for hours, but can you give us 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Give yourself that time every day. And thanks for joining me. Look, there's a million pronunciation resources out there. We're glad you're here. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Oh, I forgot the question. That would have been. Contreras asked us, how can I say where and were? Like where and where? So where is going, the first one with the H is going to have the A sound, like air, where, air, where. That's the first word. Were is going to have that sound. Were, were. So where, air, were is going to rhyme like with, for instance, like with fur or stir. So just a note there. Commonly confused words. Kyra mentioning that they love this topic. Yeah, I think it's super important. I think it's fun, but it can be a little scary for some people. All right, guys, I'm going to make my escape. I will see you all later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. Take care, guys.